Hello everybody and welcome to this month's video message. Now, we've previously done messages around rollout and implementation of the electronic medical record, which, as you know, is a part of our journey towards a digital hospital. We thought it would be good to catch up and hear more about what a difference it's making out there in the delivery of patient care.
This project started off about 4 years ago, just with the idea of getting us off paper. We initially went live in May with just the breast consultants and just a kind of pilot clinic. But in earnest, we really started scanning in August. And since then, we've gone through all the clinics and now all the clinics are live, the wards are all scanning on discharge, etc.
Wow, so actually,
it's been
an amazing job.
And it's been one of the fastest rollouts that Kainos, our supplier, has ever seen, and they're so pleased with how Ashford and St Peters are implementing this that they've made us their prime reference site.
Wow! So what are the next steps then? What's going to happen next in the project?
Well, it's all very exciting. So the next step is electronic forms, e-forms. So currently we've taken the step of digitising the records and getting them scanned in, available onto Evolve. And the next step now is actually making them electronic.
So what's an e-form then?
Well, it's effectively assume you've got an ICP, your integrated care pathway, currently it's a paper booklet. Going forward, that will be available to use on an iPad, for example, and you would do that all on the iPad or any other technology, a computer and so on, and you do it all electronically. Again, significant benefit, it's all on the system, it's all available.
So it was really good, wasn't it, to hear from the project team around how they're implementing the electronic medical record. But actually what's really important is to hear from people out on the shop floor, colleagues across the organisation. So now we're going to hear from one or two of them about what it's been like, how they've supported implementation, and what difference it's made to them in practice.
So the biggest improvement is the accessibility. Now with your MDT, you can access your information directly. Back to your office, you can access the information you need about the patient's results, operative notes, old notes, nurse's input, different aspects, your planning. Literally everything you need is now digitalized. In your A&E, you can find the CAS card ready to be used. This accessibility is outstanding. And yes, with the challenges, the accessibility will make the difference. And for the future, the way we will integrate all into how we link to the patients, to the GPs, will be just phenomenal.
I've been using EMR now for a number of months in clinic and on the ward. I found it very useful in being able to get hold of the information that I require for each consultation before seeing patients in clinic, and it has also allowed me to be able to have visibility on what my colleagues have been doing for patients that I've seen and improved our ability of communication through MDT. Overall, I would say it is a useful function and it's something that has helped improve how my clinics run and my overall practice.
What would you like to say, Laura, to Team ASPH?
Well, the main message from me is that although we've had the EMR team, it hasn't been about them at all. It has absolutely been about Team ASPH, because this has been a transformational project. Every one of you has had to change their way of working as a result of this project. And we all know that change is a really difficult thing to achieve. Lots of hospitals fail, and you'll have seen lots of hospitals in the news with failed IT projects. But we haven't seen this as an IT project. We've seen this as a trust project where everybody had to get on board. And I'm just really thankful for that support and for everything that you've done to help this hospital take that first step towards paperless.
So thanks to the team for sharing their thoughts and reflection. And remember, the next steps are coming, e-forms are coming, and look out for the opportunities to hear more about that and how to implement them in practice. And of course, if you've got any other questions or concerns around the project more generally, please get in touch with the team. I'm sure they'll be able to help. So I'm here with Erica Heppelston from the Quality Department, and we want to talk to you about something that's really important and is happening in the organisation. What is a well-led governance review?
A well-led governance review is when our regulator, NHS Improvement, who was formerly known as Monitor,
Right.
asks every foundation trust in the country every 3 years
Yeah.
to self-assess themselves against a framework of questions
Yeah.
so that they can compare how well each organisation is as compared to how the sector's doing and what they consider is the sector best practice. It's looking
Yeah.
at our operations, so how we do things, the actual running of the hospital.
Yeah.
It's looking at our clinical care
Yeah.
in terms of the actual care given to our patients, and it's looking at the finances as in how well we organise ourselves financially and monitor our progress and performance.
So how are members of the team, how are colleagues going to get involved in this review?
There's an opportunity for people to come along to focus groups,
Yeah.
and there's a large focus group that's going to be run at Ashford Hospital, which is going to be available for any staff member in the trust to drop in. And also Deloitte have asked smaller groups of people from specific service lines to come together in small groups as well,
Yeah.
in the clinical areas, so that they can see how the people working in each area feel about the governance and management in their team. So it's a mixture of written feedback and verbal feedback, and also they're going to be meeting with our staff either in one-on-one meetings and also just walking around chatting to staff, deciding that they'd like to speak to a specific person just at random really.
Yeah.
So you might be one of the lucky people who gets a chance to have your say directly to Deloitte.
Over what time frame is this happening, Erica?
Yes, the review is going to be happening over the next 6 weeks or so.
Okay.
The majority of the front-facing interviews will be undertaken during the month of November.
Okay.
But in the first week of December, the final element of the review will be taking place, and the aim is that the reviewers will feed back to the trust board in draft form by the end of December, and then the formal report following the board discussion of the findings
Yeah.
will be in January next year. So basically it's a 3-month review, so it's quite a
Okay.
long period of time.
And really, one of the indicators they will be looking for is how well engaged we are as an organisation. So please, if you have time, book to come along to one of the focus groups. And as ever, what we would like you to do is just discuss, reflect on the questions they asked completely honestly. Tell them what you really think. This is a great opportunity for us to demonstrate that we're an open organisation and we're focused on doing things better and finding ways to improve. And we can only do that if we really hear your feedback about how we're doing.